Hey, I'm Mark, and we're on a mancation. It's late fall here, and we're going to be rappelling down into a 300-foot canyon and exploring around for a few days. It's taken us about a day and a half to get here. It's only been 8 miles, but it rained all day yesterday on us, and we had to go through a cave and take our backpacks off and squirm our way through a narrow part of the cave and cross a dozen streams and ford a river barefooted. And then we got off the main trail, macheted our way here to the canyon's edge, and we're fixing to go off the edge here. On this trip I'm going to be doing a sleeping bag comparison. There's 5 of us and a 115-pound dog, and we're going to be comparing the different sleeping bags as well as our backpacks. Some of us are happy with our gear and a couple of us are not. And I'm going to be showing y'all some do's and don'ts and some tricks of getting a good night's sleep. So we'll see y'all at the first campsite. Tight squeeze. That's a tight fit. This is one of the many waterfalls. Huge cathedral rock overhang. Been raining all day on us. We're still a few miles, about 4 miles from getting to where we will rappel down into the gorge. Well, we're at our first campsite. It's rained on us all day. We found a dry log and some dry leaves up in a cave, and we're attempting to get a fire going. We didn't get as far on the trail as we had hoped. We're going to be rappelling down into the canyon tomorrow morning sometime, hopefully 9, 10 o'clock. Nice and toasty 40-degree water. Oh, God, that's cold.
There you go.
Well, we're in a true wilderness area in the Bankhead National Forest. We're down in a canyon, and we're having to make multiple rappels to walk a mile and rappel again, and walk a mile and rappel again to eventually get to the bottom of this thing. I'm hoping to be at the bottom before sunset.
I went faster this way around than I did up that. I'm zoomed there.
Say hi, Wilson.
Hey! I was about to let go of it behind me. I was just like, this ain't gonna come down with that. I didn't have them on.
Woo! Hey, we finally made it to the bottom of the canyon. We got about 30 minutes before dark. I was going to show you our new water filters made by MSR. Simply throw the end, the floating end in the water and pump. It's pretty simple. Well, it's the third morning. This is our second campsite. And John slept in a hammock. It's an Amazona by Bear. It compacts down in its own cinch sack. It's about the size of a grapefruit. Mike's in a MSR Hubba Bubba, him and the dog Kojak. I know y'all wondering how on earth did we get that dog down in this canyon, and if I wouldn't have seen it with my own 2 eyes, I wouldn't believe it. But we tied a special harness on that dog and hooked the belay line to him, and I was down on the bottom and I said, "Come, Kojak," and Mike said, "Go," and that dog walked right off the cliff and we lowered it down. I never would. I can't believe I didn't video it. I was going to talk a little bit about sleeping bags. This is Mike's. It's Mountain Hardware. It's down, and you can see how small that is. Really compact. It's a mummy, and we all got mummy sleeping bags. Mine's also Mountain Hardware, but it's synthetic fibers. It's a little bit bigger, and this is one we got offline. We're not too happy with it, but it doesn't cinch down as small as it should. It says it's 20 degrees, but I don't believe it. The reason we choose the mummy over the regular rectangle sleeping bag is the rectangle sleeping bag is a lot more comfortable. You got more room, but it's a little harder to stay warm. The mummy's tapered at your feet. You're not having to heat up that whole area. The thing that we don't like about the mummy, all of us, is it comes up around your head and it cinches down around your face, and you're still breathing cold air and your face is cold, and if you roll over 2 or 3 times, the face opening is not where it's supposed to be, and you get claustrophobic in the thing. And so a trick I found to do is just to leave the opening as big as you can. You can leave it unzipped a little, and just simply take your jacket and lay over your head when you're sleeping, and when you roll over one way or the other, there's always a breathing hole. Your face stays warm, you're breathing warm air, and you don't wake up with a sore throat. Next, I'm going to show you a little bit about our backpacks. The backpacks, some of us are happy with them and some of us aren't. Mine's a North Face. I've had it on, it's got a lot of mileage on it, a lot of trips. They're not the backpacks that kids wear to school where all the weight's hanging on your shoulders. It's a belt that cinches around your waist and all the weight is on your hips. You're basically balancing it up here. Real comfortable. You carry 50 pounds, no problem. Mike's got a Kelty. He's real happy with his, and we got a couple cheap ones offline, and they're not happy with them. The snaps have busted on them, and they're not stiff enough on the back, and well, you get what you pay for. You know, you might be happy at the cash register, but 20 miles down the road in the wilderness, they let you down, and you really need to do your homework and stick with a good brand name. We'll see y'all on the trail. Hey, one other thing I wanted to show you was a proper way to put up your tent. It's also your sleeping bag's done the same way. Most people fold it and roll it up and stick it in their cinch sack, but proper way is just got your fly and your tent and you just stuff it in the bag. Same with your sleeping bag. If you fold it and roll it up, you end up with creases and weak spots and cold spots in your sleeping bag. Then when you get home, you store your sleeping bag, you just hang it in the closet or lay it out somewhere and leave it that way till your next trip. You don't leave it cinched up. Two rocks kissing. We'll call that Kissing Rock.
Looks like there's a path above it. Yeah, it keeps coming over here. Wow.
Huge cliff overhang.
I'm just really like grabbing that and putting myself up like that. It's alright. Pull yourself up, John. Huh? Pull yourself up. Here, grab him.
Mike and Kojak at one of the many waterfalls in the wilderness area here. Huge cliff overhang on mine. And it's 5 degrees cooler in here.
I just had to take the backpack off of them.
Hard to find this trail climbing up the cliffs here. Beautiful views. Hollow under us right here.
Yeah.
Come on, Kojak. Holy cow, man. This is beautiful.
Huge.
That's how it looks from the top.
Oh, yeah.
Lean back. Yeah.
He'll fall 2 feet and then he'll go nowhere.
I'm down. Hey, it's the morning of our 4th day here. We traveled about 10 miles yesterday. 3 of it was, well, the canyon got real narrow, it was real scenic, probably the best part of the trip. We got here about an hour before dark and everybody took their baths and washed their laundry. We bring 2 sets of clothes in. You wear one and you wash one. We use Camp Suds for our detergents, environmentally friendly. And I'm wearing Colombian clothing. It's nylon and polyester and dries real fast. Set it by the fire in an hour's time, it's done. It rained on us twice last night, and so you want to make sure you get everything done and put away before you go to bed. Every foot I knew 206 was going to be cool from what I heard. It was worth that 8 miles or 7 miles to get here. Yeah. All right, Wilson. Well, you know, the thing about this, well, it's the 5th day, mid-morning of our mancation. We walked from one end of the canyon to the other, and want to get y'all to get off the couch and come enjoy our national forest, and we'll see you on our next trip.